welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa Explains It All. It is spooky season and I am so excited to show you guys what I came up with for Halloween decorations this year. I don't like to get too much into the really creepy stuff, but I like to do just a little bit of something to be festive and decorate the home. I enjoy Pottery Barn style in general, but those prices are truly scary, so I figured I could do some things myself for less. So join me as I make a handful of decorations for Halloween for much less than I found on their website. These are not necessarily dupes because they don't really look exactly the same, but I would say that they are Pottery Barn inspired Halloween decorations. So join me and I'll be right back. First up, I saw this spooky skeleton wreath on the Pottery Barn website for $59, and I thought I could make it myself for much cheaper. So I picked up an 18-inch grapevine wreath. This is from the brand Hampton Home at Walmart for $9.44. I also picked up some fall leaves, which you can get from the Dollar Tree for $1.25, a matte black spray paint for $5.98 from Walmart, and this skull and hands set from the Dollar Tree. They're $1.25 each, which I thought looked really cool and pretty close to the inspiration. And they also sell at the Dollar Tree these LED lights as well. So first I picked the fall leaves off of each stem and I hot glued them all to the wreath. You could also find a black wreath in the Halloween section of Walmart, but I was trying to keep the cost down and some of the wreaths that I liked at Walmart were $25 by themselves. So I just decided to go with this cheaper grapevine wreath and just make my own. Next, I spray painted the wreath and the leaves black, making sure to get every angle so no orange was peeking out. And I used a nice sturdy stick to kind of turn it over and get the back of the wreath as well. Then it was time for the lighting. So I unpacked the LED lights and tested them. Went ahead and put new batteries in. They take AA, just in case you need to know that for buying those yourself. I made sure that they worked, and then I laid all the lights out and tried to place them around and make sure that I liked the placement of each one. So after that was done, I laid out my skeleton parts and tried to figure out the best placement. And I noticed in the inspiration photo that the hands were almost touching, so that's what I kind of copied here. And I just used a ton of hot glue to stick everything back, down really securely. And I even went in to add more glue. So I then added the battery pack to the top of the wreath and the back so that I could turn it on and off easily. I wanted to make sure it was kind of accessible. Here's how it turned out. Very cool looking on my front door. And my version cost $25.42 total. I absolutely love it, especially at dusk when it's all lit. Next up is possibly the easiest one. These ghost mugs were selling on the Pottery Barn website for $15 each, but they are a really simple design, even though the quality may not be the same. I picked up a Dollar Tree mug and also a black medium tip oil Sharpie pen from Walmart for $3.08. So I kind of first tested it out by making sure the ink was flowing. I simply drew on my ghost's face. So I started with just very round eyes and tried to get the placement kind of the same as theirs, and I used the same shape mouth as was on theirs, which was a little bit more triangular than circular. So here's how it turned out. Very simple. My version was $4.33, and as a note, you would need to seal this with something as it was not dishwasher safe. Next are these bat branches. On the Pottery Barn website, these are $69. So I started gathering some sticks for my yard for free, and I found these that looked great. And you'll need black matte spray paint, which I did get from Walmart for $5.98. You'll also need some Mod Podge, which from the Dollar Tree. And if you want them glittered, a fine back glitter. I got this from $3.28 in the color called Onyx from Walmart. And then of course some bats. And I used some black cardstock and just used my Silhouette Cameo to cut these out. I started by spray painting my branches black. I just laid them all out and so gave them a nice couple coats, and once they were dry, I used a Dollar Tree paintbrush actually to generously slather on some Mod Podge. I just applied it directly to the cardboard and slapped it on there and then glittered them. And so I just didn't really have too much of a method here, really just was pretty messy with it, so this is definitely an outside activity. Here's a close-up of my technique. They look white here until the glue dries, but it does dry clear. Next, I arranged my branches in a vase. It's possible you could make some sort of base for these to stand alone, but I liked the way that the red vase looked with this that I already had. It seemed very Halloween to me, so I went ahead and tried to arrange them in a way that looked nice, and then I hot glued on my bats. I used somewhere around 10, I believe, just kind of glued them very haphazardly on, and this is how it turned out. It's so cool looking, and it's actually quite a large statement piece. And the beauty of this is that you really could shape and size it however you want by cutting down your branches, by using larger branches or smaller, and I was able to do this on my own version for $9.26, just that extra touch of glam with the glitter. Next up are these skeleton cups. They retail on the Pottery Barn website for $23.50, and although they're a much better quality and likely glass and metal here, I can do a knockoff cheaper. So I was pleasantly surprised to find these skeleton glasses that were plastic at the Dollar Tree, but I wanted them to be silver, more like the inspiration picture. So in addition to these glasses, I also picked up a silver metallic acrylic paint from Walmart for 54 cents, and then carefully painted the skeleton hand. So I just kind of used a paper plate here and a nice fine paintbrush and went all around, started at the outside edges, and tried to carefully sort of paint anything that was that darker shadow gray. This is what it looks like all done, and I think it turned out pretty well, and the total cost was only $1.79. But as a note, this does need to be sealed before getting wet at all. It did not hold up even to hand washing, so it would need some sort of a craft sealant, but it did look very cute holding up the candy on my desk. Last but not least is this lit jack-o'-lantern. I saw these on the Pottery Barn website for $29.50 to $59 depending on the size, and these are metal with a gold inside, but I found something similar, just not as refined, looking at Walmart for $9.28. I was intending to actually cut a pumpkin and paint it and light it, but this one came almost complete, so I just went with it. And the only thing I did change was to paint the orange parts gold to make it look a little more bougie, so I did that with the 54-cent gold acrylic craft paint and just painted everything that was orange. And this is what it looks like all done. It definitely looks a little bit classier than it did with the orange. You could paint the inside potentially as well, but I just left it at that. And this is what it looks like all lit. Total cost $9.82. So that is everything. As you see, it turned out really cute, and I'm loving how my fall porch looks now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for the next DIY. Bye guys.